I'm Mike James, and welcome back to Parkitect. Last show, we showed you how to build this beautiful green multi-shop building, and you see our first building there on the left. Today, we're going to build a building that's multi-story. It has multiple levels, just two for this show, and I want to show you how to do it. And you'll be real excited. You could put these in your park and get a lot more in a smaller space. Plus, they just look really cool. One thing I did want to mention is we've already gone over all the details here. So we're going to put down a path. And you see, you just put it here and you click up. And then you turn it. And you have to go one past where you think you would, because then you turn it. You see how it kind of goes past it, and then you click turn. And you just got to make sure you go one pass, turn it, and we're just making this a couple units wide, and that's all we need. Now you notice I've made it so that it perfectly fits the bottom and the top, so it's just a symmetrical building. You don't have to do it this way, but for this tutorial, we're going to do it like that. You will notice I'm going to speed up a lot of this video because we've already gone over the basics in the previous episodes, and you don't need to see me putting down 10 buildings here. You've seen how to do it. You know how to do it. If you don't, go back to episode 1 and episode 2, and you can learn how to put down the buildings and how to place the walls and how that's done. Right now, we're just going to run through putting the shops here, and you'll notice that there's lots of different ways you can orient them. I'm just going to do them like this because it looks good. And I don't know if I want anything there in the middle and the bottom, but now to put them up top, watch what I do here. Now you see as you pull it, it'll kind of snap to that second level if you hold it just beyond that. And it takes a little bit of, just moving the mouse around sometimes, but it isn't hard at all. You'll have no trouble. And you see I'm putting some of these going sideways, and then the last one we'll just do here coming towards us. It doesn't matter what shops you use. Whatever you think you need is fine. I think umbrellas will be good here. And I think I will put something there in the bottom. Maybe a vending machine will be good. So there we have the basic layout. And it's perfectly functional right as it is. It's ugly and it doesn't look very realistic, but it will work. Let's go ahead and get the people moving again so we can get these ugly I need stock icons off. And now we're going to just lay out the outside of the building, the floors. You don't need to do any second floor like we did in the previous video where you kind of faked up a floor that wasn't real, because we've already got a second level on this one, so we already have that. Just put some windows down, and you know what? Let's do the walls. I'm going to leave the bottom of this fairly window free. A couple in the back here will be okay. And you'll notice that that when I'm doing this, I put the windows, I tend to stagger them. I've said it before. You do it what makes you like the building. It's really a matter of taste. I think that there are a couple different ways I like it. I don't like to have too many windows, but if you don't have enough, it looks like you're building, I don't know, a prison or something, or just a big, board cube. I don't know. So here we have the first story, and now we're going to build the second story. And I changed the window types. You'll notice the window types here have this little decorative wood at the top. They look really nice, and I don't have a problem mixing and matching my windows. Your real buildings have different windows, and that's what these are going to have. Now, right now for the actual roof, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do something a little different. This is just a basic roof. Now you notice I decide to pitch the roof so that the front has that fascia on it. It's just a little bit different look, but I'm also going to make like a second tier to this roof just to give it a little variation, and I think you'll see it's going to turn out great. So I'm going to go ahead and you see how I'm putting these walls up here, but they're above the previous roof. Well, now I'm going to put walls on the side here too. And then I'll build the roof over that, and you'll get like a 2-step process for the roof. And then I'm going to put a tall peak right at the top. These corner pieces are integral to this kind of build because it lets you get that. It's almost a church-like look. I think it looks fantastic. And one thing you'll notice, as we speed the video up, you don't have to sit here and watch me finagle around too long. And there wasn't too much chimney failure this episode. Also, last episode, I know I tried this. I didn't like it. Yeah, get rid of that. Last episode, I had a little music pop in at like 4 minutes. Some kind of editing error. I've got to go and see if I've got the main file. But look at that. Doesn't that just look awesome? Now, we will color it so that we don't see this variation where the roof is and everything. And you're gonna be amazed at how this looks. Now, here comes the chimney. Chimney! Yes! We made it! Now, second chimney is a little more difficult. We had a little bit of touch and go, but nothing like last time. It took me about 2.5 minutes last time. That's why I cut it out. It was really, really bad. Now, these chimneys aren't going to be absolutely symmetrical, and it doesn't really matter. You're never going to actually see both at the same time. And if you're a perfectionist and you want to get it perfect, hey, knock yourself out. It's your building. It's your park. Make it like you want it. Now, for the coloring here, I think I'll put let's put a sign in the front. I like this. This looks good. So now we're going to put the sign in the front. That's why I left that first floor blank. I want to go ahead and just put a banner. Now you see that you can resize these. We'll get this one. It's going to fit just in there. And don't worry about what it says. As I said, you can make it say anything you want. For the coloring of this building, we already have a white building. We already have a green building. I think we're going to go with a little bit of blue. But you notice, did I forget something? Those of you that watch the other videos know we haven't put any benches and we haven't put any trash cans in yet. I'm just going to show you briefly. You can kind of scooch inside the buildings. And yes, scooch is a word. And at least it's a word where I come from. And I'm just going to go ahead and show you. You can plop these down. Well, if you get the interface out of the way, you can plop them down. So just move that out of the way. And so you could just go in there and kind of plop them down after the fact. Now, I'm not going to show you the all of it. And I'm not going to show you putting all the trash cans in. Just know that I did put trash cans in. It's important that you have seats and trash cans in your building so that it stays nice and tidy. I love the look of that hot dog on top of that building. That is amazing. And pay attention. If you see somebody with a hot dog, you will notice those hot dogs are huge. So let's go ahead and color it blue. Now you'll notice it's a light blue with a white trim. I'm going to do a little bit of a darker color blue, just slightly darker. And go to, I think I'm going to paint the bottom darker as well. I decided that having the one different color there in the middle was better than having it, lighter, a little darker, and a lot darker. It just didn't look right. So now we're going to do the roof, and I'm going to go with a light gray roof for this one. I don't want to be a dark roof. I think it just looks better in a light colored roof. That looks amazing, doesn't it? You notice the center is just a little bit lighter than the top, or the first floor and the third floor. Well, it looks like third floor, even it's only a 2-floor building. And you'll notice again, I make the trees symmetrical on the side, but just kind of mix them up in the back. And I had a little trouble deciding what to do here. I didn't want the flowers, and so I decided to put some hedges down. And I started out by putting some just small topiaries. And I know what I told you about topiaries are not my favorite. I wanted to give it a shot. It doesn't look too bad. In the end, you'll see I decided to change that a little bit. So these pavilions are a little different. I decided to do them different. I don't think they look quite as good as the rounded ones we had before. But, we've done those on all the other buildings, so I wanted to do something different. Color match them to the building. I'm going to change the sign here a little bit. I get rid of the posts and change the size a little bit. And I noticed that I want to do something different than Topiaries. There you see the path covers, because you can recolor those. Next episode, I am going to be all about the path covers. I'm going to show you how to use them. So many people are intimidated by path covers. I'm going to take the mystery out for you. You're going to love what you can do with path covers. So we're just putting some mushrooms in there, and then we'll color this a dark green just to make it look nice. And I love it. It's got some jack-o'-lantern. It's got a pumpkin. It's got some mushrooms. Really looks neat. I thought about putting just like a trellis out there, but I decided to do this. This is like a porch. Now, one of the things about this porch set is right now the left and the right are not symmetrical. You have a end for the right-hand side, but not for the left. You just got a little end in it. You basically have to go at least around one corner and then finish it off like that. That looks neat. I like it. Now, I'm going to go ahead and copy the color from the right to the left instead of just guesstimating at it, so I can get the color exact. You notice I copied the RGB color there and pasted it into the first color slot. Now, I want to show you here. You can't, see that bar there? You can't have a door leading out on the second floor. Right now, all your second floors have these bars going across the path, so there's no way to do it. Let's go ahead and put some, these are actually posts, but you can use them as edging for your corners. And now let's go ahead and you see it doesn't quite fit, so you got to find exactly where to go. You might have to hit Alt F4 to get the posts exactly where you want them. Alt F4 makes the grid a little smaller. Then we're just going to put these 4 posts on the corners. Now, technically, you probably want to do more posts than that. I just like the look of this. I don't want to put a bunch of posts all the way along the sides of everything, so let's just color all these white. That looks phenomenal. I love it. Now, I want to put some pumpkins out here. I had to shrink them down from the size I had, but I think that looks phenomenal, don't you? Now, you see this little, the blue is not quite matching up at the top, so I lightened it back up to the top color so it matches. Look at that. That is absolutely, I mean, the word spectacular doesn't even come close. That is a multi-story building. It's got 2 levels, and it's functional. And I don't know why these people don't go to the bathrooms. They're right off there to the right, lady. So, yeah, the AI for the people isn't quite up to snuff yet. Let's just pan around a little bit and take a look. I love this building. I hope you love it as well. You know, if you like these shows, you like these tutorials, please give me a thumbs up. It really does help. Subscribe. Hey, if you want to see every time I come out with a new video, hit that subscribe button. Love to have you along for this ride with Parkitect. Leave me a comment. Questions. If you love it, you hate it, let me know in the comments. These shows are all about you. I don't do these for myself. I do them because I want to share my love of this game and the fun and the amazing things you can do right here with you. I'm Mike James. Really appreciate you watching the show. This is Parkitect. I hope you have a good one.